Hello everyone, in this video only the overview and verses on Sirach 36 will be read to you. A separate video with commentaries and reflection questions with model answers will be released later. An overview of Sirach 36. A prayer for God's people. The first section of verses, 1 to 12, is a prayer for God's people. The author asks God to come to their aid, to put the nations in dread of him, and to show his glory to the world. The author also asks God to humble the enemy and scatter the foe. The second section of verses, 13 to 22, is a prayer for the restoration of Israel. The author asks God to gather all the tribes of Jacob and to show mercy to the people of Israel. The author also asks God to fill Zion with his majesty and to fulfill the prophecies spoken in his name. The third section of verses, 23 to 31, is a reflection on the importance of choosing good associates. The author compares the throat to a sieve, which can swallow any food, but some foods are more agreeable than others. The author also compares the palate to a keen mind, which can test deceitful tidbits. The author concludes by saying that a woman's beauty makes her husband's face light up and that a wife is her husband's richest treasure. The verses provided are a powerful and moving prayer for God's people. They are also a reminder of the importance of choosing good associates and of the blessings of a good marriage. Here are some additional thoughts about the verses. The prayer in verses 1 to 12 is full of vivid imagery, such as the raging fire that will consume the enemy, verse 11, and the heads of the hostile rulers being crushed, verse 12. The prayer in verses 13 to 22 is a reminder of God's promises to Israel. The author recalls how God has delivered Israel in the past, and he asks God to do so again. The reflection on the importance of choosing good associates in verses 23 to 31 is a wise and practical advice. The author reminds us that not all people are created equal, and that we should be careful who we choose to spend our time with. Sirach 36 verses 1 to 12. A prayer for God's people. 1. Come to our aid, O God of the universe. 2. And put all the nations in dread of you. 3. Raise your hand against the foreign people, that they may see your mighty deeds. 4. As you have used us to show them your holiness, so now use them to show us your glory. 5. Thus they will know, as we know, that there is no God but you. 6. Give new signs and work new wonders. 7. Show forth the splendor of your right hand and arm. 8. Rouse your anger, pour out wrath. 9. Humble the enemy, scatter the foe. 10. Hasten the ending, appoint the time, and let people proclaim your mighty deeds. 11. Let raging fire consume the fugitive, and your people's oppressors meet destruction. 12. Crush the heads of the hostile rulers who say, there is no one besides me. Sirach 36 verses 13 to 22. A prayer for the restoration of Israel. 13. Gather all the tribes of Jacob. 16. That they may inherit the land as in days of old. 17. Show mercy to the people called by your name, Israel, whom you named your firstborn. 18. Take pity on your holy city, Jerusalem, your dwelling place. 19. Fill Zion with your majesty, your temple with your glory. 20. Give evidence of your deeds of old, fulfill the prophecies spoken in your name. 21. Reward those who have hoped in you, and let your prophets be proved true. 22. Hear the prayer of your servants, according to your good will toward your people. Thus all the ends of the earth will know that you are the eternal God. Sirach 36 verses 23 to 31. Choosing good associates. 23. The throat can swallow any food, yet some foods are more agreeable than others. 24. The palate tests delicacies put forward as gifts, so does a keen mind test deceitful tidbits. 25. One with a tortuous heart brings about grief, but an experienced person can turn the tables on him. 26. A woman will accept any man as husband, but one woman will be preferable to another. 27. A woman's beauty makes her husband's face light up, for it surpasses all else that delights the eye. 28. And if, besides, her speech is soothing, her husband's lot is beyond that of mortal men. 29. A wife is her husband's richest treasure, a help like himself and a staunch support. 30. A vineyard with no hedge will be overrun, and a man with no wife becomes a homeless wanderer. 31. Who will trust an armed band that shifts from city to city? Or a man who has no nest, who lodges wherever night overtakes him?
Thank you for viewing. May God bless you today and always.